Welcome for my tourism Pathshala. It will transform your dream into reality. Good afternoon, all of my UGC NEET and JRF aspirant of Tourism Administration and Management. This is our question paper analysis series. This question paper is based on June 2021. I have selected the important question of management from June 2021 question paper. The first question number 37. This question is based on organization structure. An organization structure is like a skeleton in that it lends support to the department in an organization. There is a 4 option: project, department, function and roles. Under this 4 option, the correct option is the department. First of all, we have to understand what is organization structure. What do you mean by organization structure? The organization structure is a system that define how the organization activities are directed towards achieving its goal. Each and every organization has set up their own goal. An organization structure will help to achieve this goal. Key element of organization structure is hierarchy, span of number 1 hierarchy. Hierarchy means chain of command. Number 2 span of control. It means the number of people to report to a manager. Number 3 centralization versus decentralization approach, and number 4 departmentation. There are different types of organization structure. Number hierarchical structure, number 2 functional structure, number 3 matrix structure. Our question is based on organization structure is like a skeleton in the lane support to the department in an organization. Not only this question, parallelly we have to understand and prepare related question with this topic. Our next question, question number 38. This question is based on key management function. Which of the following is not a key management function? They have given the 4 option: planning, organizing, appealing and controlling. Under this section, appealing is the wrong option for the key management function. Planning, organizing and controlling is the key management function, and this concept has been given the French businessman Henry Fayol in his management theory. Management as a manager perform, according to him, manager perform the 5 function. Number 1 planning, number 2 organizing, number 3 commanding, number 4 coordinating and next controlling. So first of all, what do you mean by planning? Planning means defining goal, establishing strategy, developing plans to coordinate activity. Organizing means determining what need to be done, how it will be done and who is to do. Next, number 3 leading is a motivating, leading and any other actions involved the dealing with the people. And function and finally controlling. So monitoring activities to ensure that they are accomplished as planned. So these 4, planning, organizing, leading and controlling, today function of management considered as a function of important management. So our next question number 39. This question is based on difference between contract and agreement. The question is, which of the following does not constitute a contract under the Indian Contract Act? There is a 4 option. Number 1, agreement and its enforceability constitute a contract. Number 2, a contract necessarily create a legal obligation. Number 3, all contracts may not be agreement. Number 4, contract is concluded and binding on the concerned party. Under this section, option number C, the all contract may not be agreement, is a wrong answer. Which of the following does not constitute a contract? So first of all, we have to understand what is the difference between agreement and contract. Agreement distinction between agreement and contracts are: agreement means every promise and every set of promises forming the consideration for each other is an agreement. Section 2.e for constituting an agreement, an offer by one party and its acceptance by other party are required. In other words, an offer agreement equal to offer plus its acceptance. And in the case of contract, an agreement enforceable by law is a contract. Section 2h, merely an agreement is not a contract, but it is enforceably a contract. So agreement plus its enforceability at law. Second point, for constituting an agreement, a promise or set of promise forming consideration for each other are required. In the case of contract, an agreement becomes a contract only when such agreement fulfill all the legal consideration of contract: formation of legal relationship, free and lawful object. And in the case of agreement, an agreement a wider concept than that is contract. It is a necessary that every agreement must create legal obligation, because all agreements do not go to constitute. And in the case of contract, is the space of an agreement that as such it is a narrower concept. Therefore, it is said that every contract is an agreement, but every agreement is not necessarily contract. So these are the fundamental difference between and technical difference between agreement and contract. Our next question number 40. This question is based on dividend policy. The question is: following facts hold true about corporate dividend policy except number A, payment of dividend is made to all stockholders registered on a particular record date. Is correct. Second, dividend payment by Indian tourism companies are regulated now by section 123 of Companies Act 2013. Dividend can be paid out of free reserve also. So these four, A, B, C is the correct. But dividends are always paid in form of cash. This is the wrong, because dividend not always paid in the form of cash. First of all, parallel we have to understand what do you mean by dividend policy. A dividend policy is a set of guidelines that a company uses to determine how to distribute its profit to shareholder as a dividend. It outlines the specify of the payout, such as how much, when and how often the dividends will be distributed. Next, there is a factor of dividend policy. Number 1, company's financial performance, future investment and capital requirement. These are the important factors should be considered for dividend policy. Our next question is based on cost of capital. The question number 63. They have given the 5 statement. We have to identify what are the wrong statement. The first of all, company in statement 1, the company cost of capital is the current discount rate for all project. This is the wrong. The company's cost of capital is not the current discount rate for all project. Number 2, distant cash flow are riskier than the near term cash flow. This is the wrong statement. And A, B and E, statement E, long term project require higher risk adjusted rate. This is also the wrong statement. Our correct statement is statement C, adding fetch factors to discount rate under value long cable project compared with the quick payoff project. And D, the opportunity cost of capital depends on the use to which that capital is put. Parallelly, they can provide the question about the concept of cost of capital. What is the cost of capital? Cost of capital is the financial management. Cost of capital is the minimum rate of return of a company must earn to cover the cost of capital it uses to fund its operation. What do you mean by cost of capital? It is in financial management, cost of capital is the minimum rate of return of a company want to earn. And important of cost of capital: number one, impact of profitability; number two, influence decision making; and number three, helps investor to evaluate companies. Our next question, question number 64. External environmental discuss the external environmental factor of tourism business. The question is, which of the following factors constitute the element of external environment of tourism business? Number one, opportunities; number two, technical development. So A and B is the correct. They have given the question the external environmental factor. The external environment, also called the general environment, consists of all those factors which are outside the organization. According to researcher, they identified the rank the following 8 factors of external environment based on magnitude of their impact on business organization. Number 1, market; number 2, supplier; number 3, technological factor; number 4, economical, regulatory factor, political factor, socio-cultural factor, and global factor. These are the external environmental factor for the organization. Our next question, question number 65. This question is based on open system in organization, the open system approach in organization. The question is, organization as an open system is C and D option, interdependent, and D option, always is a state of dynamic equilibrium. These are the correct. Out of 5 options, C and D are the correct. Now we have to understand what do you mean by open system in management. In management, an open system is a system that interacts with its environment to grow and renew itself. Open systems are characterized by the following way. Number 1, active interaction; number 2, adaptability; number 3, feedback mechanism. Now we move on. The next question, question number 75. This question is based on financial decision and measurement. This is very important topic on the financial decision. There are basically 4 type of finance decision. Number 1, dividend decision. Dividend decision is related with the profit allocation. Next, liquidity decision. This decision is based on net working capital. Number 3, capital structure decision. This decision is related with the financial risk. And finally, capital budgeting decision. This decision is based on long-term asset mix. Our next question, question number 82. This question is based on arrange the following metrics chronologically according to the year these were developed. First of all, we have to understand what do you mean by matrix. A matrix means a matrix consists of row and column. It defines the size or dimension of a matrix. They have given the different types of matrix. So we have to understand what is the concept of this matrix. Number 1, BCG. BCG matrix. BCG matrix means Boston Consulting Group. BCG, Boston Consulting Group, which introduced 1970. This matrix, the fundamental concept of this matrix is growth share matrix. Next, the Ansov matrix. Ansov matrix means Russian American expert Logor Ansov, applied mathematician, created this concept. It's called the Ansov matrix. This matrix is based on strategy planning tool, strategies for future business growth. It was introduced in 1957. Next matrix, GEC matrix. It is also known as G McKinsey matrix. It is a strategic framework that help company analysis their product, services and business. It is also developed in 1970. And finally, they have given the matrix by LE and DIY matrix. By means acquisition, LE means alliance and or partnership, and DIY means organic development matrix. There are different types of matrix they have given, and they want to know the chronological order of development this conception. Our next question, question number 85. This question is based on MBO. This is very interesting area, management by objective. The first of all, we have to understand what do you mean by MBO. MBO stands for management by objectives. It is a strategic management model that involves setting and working together towards measurable goal organization want to achieve. The measurable goal which organization want to achieve. Our question is, arrange the step in the order in which of these are taken. Number 1, first step, the subordinate proposes to the manager a set of goals and performance measures. Number 2, the subordinate and the manager jointly develop specific goal and target. Number 3, third step, individual involves attempt to accomplish the individual goal in a specific period. Number 4, the manager feedback result to the subordinate and gives appropriate reward for the performance. And finally, based on the performance review, new performance goals are set. So option number D is the correct. To provide framework within which to evaluate subordinate behavior, in particular to allow manager to monitor progress towards achieving goal, many organizations implement some version of management by objective. Management by objective involve 3 specific steps. Number 1, specific goal and objectives are established at each level of the organization. Number 2, managers and their subordinate periodically review the subordinate goal. Number 3, managers and their subordinate periodically review the subordinate progress towards meeting the goal. So we have to understand key aspect of MBO. Number 1, goal setting. Number 2, performance review. Number 3, objective standard. And number 4, communication. So these are the important question of management from the question paper of June 2021 UGC NET and JRF. So my dear student, you can understand the important aspect and conception of this question paper of management. So you keep touch this channel and subscribe this channel, and if you have any queries, you send me in the comment box. Thank you.